Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So a few videos ago I did a tutorial with this eyeshadow palette which came in my Spring Editors FABFITFUN box. So someone had requested that I do another tutorial with this palette, so I figured I would go ahead and do that. The original one I did was like a really nude natural look, so today I'm going to do another look, but I'm just going to do a more dramatic one. Also, if you're interested in FABFITFUN, I will put all of the information in the description box below. The summer boxes are going to be coming out soon, so if you are interested, click on the link below, sign up, and if you use the code BEACHBABE, you get $10 off your first box. I love FABFITFUN, but anyway, definitely look into it. So let's get started. This is a Tarte palette, by the way, and it's called the Leave Your Mark eyeshadow palette. It has a lot of neutral colors in it. Like, this is just a really great palette to do looks with. My only complaint is there's only one matte shade, which is right there. I would have liked a few more mattes for like transition shades and whatnot. By the way, I'm not using any beauty lights. This is just the natural light. I have two windows in front of me and I just like using natural light. I feel like it just gives you a more honest look without you know, bright lights blurring out your face or anything like that. So anyway guys, let's get started. I'm going to go in with the one matte shade which is called Speak Up. Whoop, it's that top shade right there, and this is my Morphe E27 brush. And also I have hooded eyes, so I'm going to be a little bit more descriptive in this video about where I am placing the shadows. So this is going to be a little bit more descriptive for those of you that want to know more about why I'm placing the colors, why I'm placing them where I am. That's what I meant to say. Okay, so anyway, let's go in with that color. Like I said, it's called Speak Up. This palette has like no fallout. It's great. I love that. So I'm going to take this. Now typically if this had a lighter shade in it, I would have dusted it all over my eyelid, but it doesn't have one, so we'll just skip that part today because I want to show you using a look with only this palette. So anyway, I'm going to take that color and I'm going to start putting that into my crease here, and I'm going to build this color up since it is the only transition color. Now, as I said, I'm going to discuss more about why I'm placing colors where I am. So I'm dipping into it again. So I have hooded eyes, so what that means is, as you can see, when I relax my eye, this crease all in here disappears. So when I put my transition color in, I put it in that crease, but then above it. So I am technically putting this color on my brow bone, because my brow bone is right here. So I'm putting it literally like above where my actual crease is. So that's what you want to do if you have hooded eyes. You want to make sure you're putting your initial color high enough where you're going to be able to see that color when you open up your eye. So I'm going to open up my eye and relax, and I want to be able to see that color all right in here. And if I can't see it, you need to bring it up higher. So that's what you do. Do your look, put your colors on, and then in between, stop what you're doing and open your eye and see if you can see what you're doing. So I'm going to go on to the other side here. Again, I'm going to put it above that crease. That's where I need to put it. If you open your eyes and you don't have hooded eyes like me, you would want to keep it just in your crease area, but because I have hooded eyes, I need to bring it up higher so the hood is not covering that color. So I'm going to go ahead and build this up a little bit. Alright, so I've built that color up a little bit, and that's how I'm going to keep it for now. So like I said, let me zoom in, don't mind my lovely pimple. I put the color in here, but above here. Now you can see it's hard here. This is like where my brow bone is, so I brought it up high. See, watch when I start to open my eye. Do you see how this starts to droop down a little bit? That's why I need to bring the color up higher. Alright, so now let's start to deepen it up. Typically I would have used more matte colors, but we don't have matte colors in this, so we're just gonna go straight in with the other colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another Morphe brush. This just isn't quite as big and fluffy, but it's still a blending brush, my M433. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with this one here called Shake It Off. It's like the second to darkest color. So I'm going to go into that color, and I'm going to put this in my crease, but I'm going to keep it lower. I'm not going to put it up as high. My type of hooded eyes, they're not like as you get older, they might start to get more crepey looking and wrinkly and like more like droopy. Mine kind of like open and then there's just like the crease is gone. But if you have like really droopy, crepey eyes, you're not gonna want to put shimmers on them. So keep that in mind, because that's just gonna bring a lot of attention to like your wrinkly eyes. If you have wrinkles, that's a problem. So if you do, stick with mattes, don't use these shimmers. But for me, I don't really have major droopiness wrinkles going on. It's just this part of my eye gets covered. So I can still put metallics up in here because it doesn't accentuate any like wrinkles or anything like that. So just keep that in mind. So I'm gonna go back in with that color again, and I'm gonna deepen up a little bit in this crease area. I've got some darker colors going on. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that color again, and I'm actually gonna put it all over my eyelid because I want a darker lid today since I'm doing a more dramatic look. So I'm just gonna take that brush and put more of that on my lid and just make sure I'm blending as I go. So now I want to deepen up that even more. So now I'm going to go in with the darkest color, which is called Respect. And I'm going to put that into the outer crease as well. But this I'm not putting all over the lid, I'm just going to keep it on that outer crease. And again, if I want some of this darkness to show a little bit up here, I will put it in, and I put it in the crease a little bit because since they are hooded, when it comes down it's going to hide some of it. So that's kind of what it's looking like now. I'm gonna dip in again so I can build up the intensity. And as you can see, I'm keeping the eyeshadows kind of at an angle like so. I'm not blending them so they're like all over down here. Typically, if you have hooded eyes, you don't want to bring your shadows lower than the natural curve of your lower lash line. So let me zoom in and show you. So here's your lower lash line, and if I were to take something like this and line it up with my lower lash line, that's typically how low you want your eyeshadows to go. You don't want them to go lower because then that's going to droop your eye and bring it down. Now a technique that I do a lot of times is, let me dip in that color one more time. I usually take an object like this and I will actually lay it there, and then I go like this. And I create a sharp line, and then obviously make sure you blend. Boom! I love the effect that gives. And the reason why I love doing that is I cannot do winged liner on me. I can if I want, but it's not my favorite look. I don't like how it looks on me. A little bit of fallout. So because I can't do winged eyeliner, I'm creating that lifting shape that's gonna help lift my eye, not droop it down. So you wanna create that lift, and it's like the illusion of a wing because we still have that sharp line, but when we open our eyes, it's not drooping like if I were to put my eyeliner on. So let's go ahead and put some of this dark color on the other side. I usually like to lay down a little bit of color first, and then I go in with that object to sharpen it up. So I'm just gonna add some darkness first, like I did on the other eye. So now that I have those colors on there, if you have any fallout, brush that away. I'm gonna go in with that initial blending brush, that Morphe E27 with no product, and I'm just blending along the top here. I just wanna make sure all of that blends nicely together. Go back in with like a packing brush in that initial dark color down there, which was Shake It Off, and I'm just gonna build up a little bit the color in the front here, because when you blend, sometimes you can blend the intensity away a little bit. So I'm just gonna pack a little bit more of that color onto the lid. Now, even though this is a more dramatic look, it's still neutral. So this would actually go with a lot of things. Any outfit you wear, this would pretty much match with. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the lightest color, which is Grace, right up there. And I'm gonna highlight my brow bone, or under my eyebrow, with that color. This is a really pretty, oh, almost dropped it. It's a really pretty color. And then I'm gonna take it and do my inner corner. So now we're gonna go on to our lower lash line. I'm gonna take some eyeliner. This is Smashbox Always On Gel Liner in the color Fishnet. I'm gonna put that on my waterline. Just smeared it a little. And if you're wondering what nude lip color I have on, I'm wearing a BH Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the color Sandy, and then over top of it I put a little bit of the Kylie and Chris collab This Is Everything gloss over top of it. Alright guys, so now that I did that, I'm going to keep the lower lash line relatively simple, nothing too crazy. So what we are going to do is, if I can find my brush, this is just a flat definer brush, and I'm going to go in with that darkest color, which was Respect, on a flat brush, and I'm going to make sure the shape we drew that there is going to line up with this, my lower lash line. So I'm going to keep that color next to my lower lash line, like so. I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this brush, which is actually from those Naked palettes, and I'm going to take this color here and Courage, this one right here, and I'm going to blend out the lower lash line with that color. If you want a more smoky look, you can use that darker color and blend that out some more if you want it to be a little bit more dramatic. So that's we're almost done. I almost forgot. I want to put a, because I always, especially I'm not going to use false lashes today, I always like to take a liquid liner and I will run a thin line on my upper lash line, because that's going to help give the illusion that our lashes are more thick. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. This is by Stila, by the way. That's one eye done. As you can see, it's like subtle, but it adds a little bit of something. Alright, so now we're gonna go in with our mascara. I put false lashes on and I have glue stuck in my eyelashes, which is driving me crazy, so my eyelashes are probably gonna look a little wonky, but whatever. So this is my L'Oreal Telescopic, my go-to mascara, and I'm going to put this on my upper and lower lashes. So this is the finished eye look, guys. Now if you wanted it to be more dramatic, you can pretty much use the technique that I did and just use more of the darker shades, maybe put more of the dark over the lid. Typically my go-to looks are darker on the outer corner and then it transitions to a lighter color. But if you wanted it to be extra smoky, you could take that dark color and put that all over the entire lid. So this is what I came up with, guys. I hope you like it. Let me know down below. Comment, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up, guys, and let me know if there's anything you guys are interested in seeing. But thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a great weekend.